What's up, man? Gary Walker here with liveanabolic.com. In this video, I'm gonna give you a lower body TRICON training workout that you can do at home utilizing nothing but bands. If you haven't already tried any of my TRICON sets, you're going to love them, man. There are a couple of differences between doing a TRICON with free weights or a machine as opposed to doing them with bands. Mainly in the hold position. When you're doing your isometric holds, you're gonna wanna do that a little bit differently. So make sure you pay attention in the video. Make sure you watch the demonstrations on how I'm doing the exercises to make sure you're doing them correctly. All right, before we get into the actual workout, couple key points. Yes, you can still build mass at home with hardly any weights, using just bands. Here's the thing. Most workouts that give you all the band exercises, all the band programs, then it's all about just losing weight, all right? Building muscular endurance. You're not really gonna build mass when you're doing most body weight training stuff, when you're doing most banded training stuff. It's all about burning calories, working the muscle endurance, all of those things, but not necessarily the mass, because it doesn't really give you a lot of muscle stimulation, a lot of overload, a lot of resistance that's required for building mass. That being said, the key with the TRICON training, you're gonna increase time under tension, you're increasing muscle intensity, workout intensity, and lactic acid, man. So all three of those are very important for building muscle. And by doing banded TRICON training, you're gonna get all of those. So that being said, let's get started. Basically what we're starting with is a narrow squat with bands. All right, on the narrow squat, you'll notice feet are about just in direct proportion to my shoulders. You don't want them to be too wide here because we're gonna do a wider variation later in the workout. So basically when we're getting this narrow stance, we're gonna be placing more emphasis on the quadricep muscles. The wider you go, the more activation in the adductors, the inner thighs. So for this exercise, we really want to focus on knocking out those quads, man, all right? So narrow squats, and like all TRICON exercises, you're basically doing the same. You're gonna still have the same 9-rep structure and the same cadence throughout each reps, all right? Basically, the first 3 are gonna be your explosive, just like normal. Next 3 set of reps are gonna be your isometric holds, 10 seconds each. And the last 3 are full range of motion reps, utilizing a 4-second cadence on the eccentric, 4-second cadence on the concentric. All right, so with the narrow squats, you're gonna take it down nice and slow and explode back to the top. Take it down nice and slow, explode back to the top. Take it down nice and slow and explode again for 3 reps. All right, from here, basically what we're doing is your holds here are a little bit higher than the mid-range. If this were a dumbbell squat, then you'll know I always say hold in the mid-range of the movement. However, this needs to be just under lockout position. The more you stretch the bands, the more resistance you're creating. All right. However, if you get into a full locked out position, if you lock your knees out, then you're taking tension off of your quads. All right. You're placing it more across the joint, and that's just giving you a rest in the quads. So just below that lockout position, unlock those knees and really focus on feeling the quads working. A lot of quadricep work here. So that's where the hold should be for 10 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. A legit 10 seconds, and then bring your booty back down as far as you can go comfortably, and then straight back up into your second hold. 1001, 1002, 1003. All right, the hold position is gonna be different for everybody. It depends on hip mobility, your ankle mobility. So there's a lot of key factors here. Mainly just get into the fully stretched position as far as you can anyway. Stretch the band, not the muscle. The muscle is stretched at the bottom of the lift. The band is stretched at the top of the lift. So it just kind of depends on where you're creating the most resistance comfortably. All right, and you're gonna do your 3 10-second isometric holds here. Once you're done with your 3 10-second isometric holds, then you're getting to your full range of motion reps. So from a fully standing position, 1001, 1002, 1003, you're lowering, which is the eccentric phase, in 4 seconds. And then you're gonna raise back slowly to the top in 4 seconds. Once you're back to the top, do it again. 4-second cadence on the way down, 4-second cadence on the way up. On the way up is the concentric. All right, so you're gonna do your 3 reps that way. Once you're done, you've gotten some lactic acid, you've created some muscular tension and intensity and muscular damage in your quads. Now we're gonna go straight into a RDL utilizing the bands. All right, you'll see the way I'm doing the RDL here. Basically, the farther you step away from that apparatus, so you wanna fix this position, all right? Either right at waist height or slightly lower. You want it to pull you back, so continue to step forward to get that good resistance going. Once you get that good resistance, allow it to pull you back. That's another cool benefit of doing a banded RDL. It teaches you a correct hip hinge movement, which is key for all the squat movements I'll have you doing, all the deadlift movements. A lot of squats, deadlifts, people struggle with how to do a hip hinge correctly. Well, this banded RDL will show you how to do it correctly because it's pulling you back into a hip hinge position. So getting your glutes back, that's what it's doing. Here's the thing. You want to explode by thrusting your hips forward. You're gonna allow it to pull you back slowly and explode by thrusting your hips forward. You're doing that for 3 reps. Also, in the hold position, you're holding in that fully thrusted position. Again, not mid-range. If you've done my TRICON sets, then you're used to doing the mid-range hold. Well, it's completely different with the bands, all right? So full hip thrust, step forward even more if you need to create more tension when you're in this position. Clench those glutes, clench the glutes, fire those hamstrings and keep them locked for 10 full seconds. Pull yourself back slowly and then do that same contraction again, 2 more times, 3 total 10-second contractions. All right, once you've done your 3rd 10-second isometric hold, now you're gonna allow the full range of motion reps. 4 seconds on the way back, 4 seconds on the way forward, again, 4 seconds on the way back, another 4 seconds on the way forward. You do that for your last 3 reps. All right, now you've got some lactic acid, you've worked those hamstrings, you worked your glutes a little, and now it's time to get back into some more quad and adductor work. So we're gonna do a goblet squat. This is where we're gonna take the wider stance. So the goblet squat with the bands is the same situation, similar to a squat. However, we did the narrow squat, really placing more emphasis on the quadriceps. Now we're taking a wider stance, okay? It's almost a sumo stance position when you're doing this, sumo squat. Sumo squat, sumo deadlift, if you've done either of those, it's a similar position to those. So a lot wider. By doing that, again, we're gonna be activating some adductors, which are the inner thighs, and you'll feel some more glute work when you're doing these. So another great exercise to work your entire lower section. All right, here's the thing. Lower slowly and explode to the top. Lower slowly, explode to the top. You're doing 3 of those again, 3 explosive. And here's what you're doing with these holds. You're just below lockout here as well. You're trying to create a ton of tension. If you're in that top position and you're just below lockout, yet you're still not really feeling it as much in your legs, then lower slightly. That's gonna help create a little bit more resistance with your body weight. You're taking a little tension off the band. However, you're still creating more body weight and gravity resistance. So you're still gonna get great resistance in those isometric holds, which is key for being in the isometric position. That, again, is gonna activate your entire legs. If you're feeling your quads and you're worried you're doing it wrong because I'm explaining you should be feeling it in your adductors, then don't worry about it. It's okay. You've already fatigued your quads, so you're gonna still feel these in your quadricep muscles. All right, so this is just a good, well-rounded workout. So we're just gonna make sure you're getting adductors, getting quads, getting hamstrings, getting glutes, working all of those things with this workout. So that's what you're doing with your goblet squats. 3 explosive, 3 10-second isometric holds, 3 full range of motion reps, same as the others. The last exercise we're gonna do here is a banded good morning. So you're gonna do the banded good mornings. It's gonna work your lower back as well, but make sure you're also feeling those glutes and those hamstrings at the top in that contracted position. So when you're in that contracted position, really focus on squeezing the entire 10 seconds. You're not just standing up. That's the main thing. Don't just stand there and count to 10. Make sure you're clenching your glutes, man. Clench your glutes and drive those feet into the ground, which is gonna help contract those hamstrings as well. You wanna do that for all 10 seconds of each rep in the isometric holds. So 3 explosive, 3 10-second isometric holds, 3 full range of motion, super slow reps. So that's what the banded good mornings look like. All right, now here's the thing. You're gonna do this just the way we outlined it. That's one rep, or one set, excuse me. That's one set. Rest 60 seconds to 90 seconds. It depends on where you're at with your conditioning levels, all right? How fit you are currently. 60 to 90 seconds, and you get to do it all over again. You actually wanna do 3 sets of 9. So every TRICON set is 9 reps, and you're doing this 3 sets. So 3 rounds, 3 times, just like this as a little giant set. No rest in between, but 60 to 90 seconds rest at the end of the good mornings. All right, man, that's it. That's your lower body TRICON workout that you can do at home. It's a great workout, man. All you need are resistance bands, and you can still get great legs, great growth, great strength in those legs, and you're gonna be able to maintain and even grow more from where you were. So keep that in mind. If you got any questions about any of these exercises or any of this workout at all, comment below, let me know. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, man, please subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up as well. That way I know you like this video. And man, put this workout to use ASAP. Get it done as soon as possible. Go through it a couple times, then come back and comment and let me know what you think of the workout, because I'm curious about that as well. Especially if you're new to TRICON training, then this would be something completely different from anything you've ever experienced before, but you're gonna get great results from it, especially knowing this is the first time you've done it, because your body isn't used to this kind of stimulation. So it's gonna respond by building muscle, building strength, building endurance, all those great things, man. But that's all I got for you. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.